Christian Rodriguez versus Melquizael Costa. This is a really good fight to start covering on this card. Picked this fight because I saw some interesting odds on it. You got Costa, who's 22-7, going up against Christian Rodriguez, who's 12-2. So definitely that experience edge handily with Costa. Don't know why Costa's at a pretty good dog status right now. I wanted to jump all over getting him at plus money because he's young, hasn't been in the UFC that long, right? He's only been in the UFC since 2023. Lost his debut to Thiago Moises. It's a tough debut. So rear naked choke. But after that, beat Austin Lingo, lost to Steve Garcia, which was rough. But I mean, man, he's really looked like he's turned a corner. Shylin Newton, he beat. So that was really nice that he beat Shylin. Uh, Andre Feely, tough grizzled vet with a lot of
Yeah,
experience,
how's
round
it
one
going?
guillotine that he was able to get. So definitely looks like he had a little bit of growing pain in his first few fights. Seems to be over that. And now he's on a finishing streak and a 2-fight win streak to boot. So definitely excited to see where he's going to go at this stage of his career. Ever since I started paying attention to him a few fights ago, I've been very optimistic about his place in this division. So, yeah, it's at featherweight. It's a Shark Tank right now. I get it, but man, it's pretty fun. 71.5-inch reach for Rodriguez, even though he's the shorter man. 71 for Costa, so not a huge difference there that needs to be made up.
No.
Age is neck and neck. 27 for Rodriguez, 28 for Costa. So not really a whole lot of difference there in those metrics. Rodriguez, also, young in his UFC career, has been in the UFC since 2022. Also got off to a rough start, lost his debut to Jonathan Pierce, but he beat Joshua Weems, beat Raul Rojas. Also has trouble making weight. Missed weight for that
Yes.
Rojas fight, missed weight for that Simon fight. And at first, I was like, Raul Rojas and Cameron Simon, those are two really bright prospects to have feathers in your cap as for Christian Rodriguez to be able to beat them. But I don't know, man. Something about this fight just smells like upset to me. He beat Isaac Dogarian, lost to Julian Erosa. That's a head scratcher. Julian Erosa is another crafty vet. But in 2024, he shouldn't be beating you, especially by guillotine in round one. So that was a bit of an anomaly that's interesting. And then his last fight, Austin Bashi, this past January, he beat him. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely think Christian Rodriguez has a future in the UFC. And I mean, he's been around, like I said, already for a little bit, contender series contract. He's just really having trouble making weight. He missed weight for the contender series in 2021, missed weight for the Rojas fight, missed weight for the Simon fight. So that's really an issue for him. Wonder if we see him miss weight again in this fight. It's very possible. We'll see. Uh, yeah, that's just a tough one, man. That's a tough one to excuse missing weight like that and everything, but it is what it is. I just like Costa. I don't know what it is. It's just something in my gut. Maybe that experience edge that he has, having so many more fights, every other metric being so close and everything. It just feels like Costa's going to be able to win. He feels like he's really turned a corner since that Steve Garcia loss. It feels like he's definitely the more improved guy. And, the weight so far hasn't been a problem for him, which is always great. If you're not killing yourself to make weight and you're not depleting your chin and everything, you can take shots and you can rehydrate and have that gel inside your brain to protect it from those shots and everything. I just can't pass up Costa, and especially looking at the double method for Costa after coming off these two sub wins. Man, it's very tempting because he's got the rear naked in round three, the Andre Feely guillotine in round one. He's got 36% of his wins coming by sub, 32% by TKO. It's too tempting because you're getting a double method for Costa by KO, TKO, or sub at plus 400. So
Wow.
obviously it could go to decision. It's a 3-round fight. Rodriguez looks to be a pretty tough guy. So it definitely could go decision. Let's see. Yeah, but I mean, getting caught in that Julian Erosa guillotine, that's just making me wonder, man. That's making me wonder if Costa lights him up on the feet. He could, get anxious, shoot in for a takedown, get guillotined again. He could club and sub, just get him wobbled, go in, get a sub just because he's wobbled. He could get the standing TKO finish. A lot of options I just kind of see playing out with this. So for that, I'm just all in on Costa KO, TKO, or sub double method at plus 400. How do you kind of think this is going to play out?
First off, I like shout out to Costa for being able to even compete in the UFC. I know he's another full time job where he's really busy filling in as the bad guy in every knockoff Fast and Furious movie. So just shout out for him having two jobs to support his family. Um, Christian Rodriguez missing weight. You touched on it. I think it's because he's a big guy for the division, man. And he's going to come in. I think he's going to have some mass on Costa, which makes me a little nervous. Like you said, it's not like the reach is anything that is going to give me pause. I do think Rodriguez is a better striker. And I think if Costa wins this fight, I think it is by submission. And I feel pretty confident about that if Costa wins, that is his route to win. I see this as like a Rodriguez decision. I'm not going to pick the decision just because I like playing it safe. I'll just take the money line at minus 166. But like you said, it feels like this could definitely be an upset. And if you're needing to pick dogs, especially like in DFS, when you need to pick dogs to set your lineup, Costa, I think, is a really sneaky good DFS pick this week because not only could he win, he could get the finish too. So that is a lean that I do really like. But I think for just straight up betting, I think I'll take Rodriguez on the money line here. I don't love it. I just think it's going to be. I don't think he's going to want to initiate with a grappling. I think he knows that he can get subbed by Costa, and so he's not going to engage.
I don't think he's going to have a choice when he's rock shooting for his life like Conor McGregor against Nate Diaz. Oh, so you're a wrestler now.
Exactly. Yeah. If he can turn that fight into where Rodriguez is diving at his legs or wanting to engage in the wrestling, man, it costs that dude then.
And then, bettors are pretty much seeing it how we see it 49% Costa, 51% on Rodriguez. So very, very split there for sure.
And the pot split exactly the same way, except it's flip flop. 49% of the money on Rodriguez, 2% sharp money coming in on Costa, which once again, 51% of the money at plus 140. Vegas would much rather pay out the 49% at the minus 166. So I'm going to be on Vegas' side here for this one, as well as the public side, which once again rarely happens, but we're getting to see that here.